Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat, mga kaguro. Welcome to our live session for our Gurong Pinoy's Civil Service Examination 2024. We're already in the Feb-Ibig month. Excited na ba kayo? I hope that your hearts are healthy and happy, especially that the Civil Service Examination is coming in already. On behalf of the Pinoy team, sorry in behalf of the Gurong Pinoy team, I would like to welcome you to our final coaching season. Yes, nasa final coaching season na po tayo, and I hope that everything that you have been learning from the start of this review journey will all be helpful in the taking of your in your taking of the civil service examination. Tonight's session, as you can see on the screen, is focused on verbal reasoning, and I am still your coach, Coach Shan, na nagsasabing samahan niyo po ako tonight from 7 to 9 para sama-sama tayong matuto, and of course, magiging mas handa pa sa ah, pagdating ng civil service examination, the big day itself. So, to begin with, I'd like to invite you to dispose yourselves properly so that we can begin our live session tonight with an invocation. It is always best, I believe, that we offer whatever endeavor we have to our Almighty Father. And I think success will be ours if we just keep faith in ourselves and, of course, to our God. So I'd like to invite you for prayer. For those who are Catholics, you may make the sign of the cross as a symbol of your faith. Heavenly Father, we come before you today as aspiring civil servants, seeking your guidance and wisdom as we prepare our civil service exam. We acknowledge that you are the ultimate source of knowledge and understanding. We ask for your presence to be with us during this online review session. Grant us clarity of mind, focus, and the ability to retain the information we learn. Help us also to understand the concepts and principles that will be tested and give us the confidence to apply them effectively. Lord, we know that success comes not only from our own efforts, but also from your divine intervention. And so we surrender our anxieties and fears to you, trusting that you will equip us with the knowledge and skills needed to pass the civil service exam. As we embark on this review journey, may we be reminded of our purpose as civil servants to make a positive impact on the lives of the people we serve. Help us to keep this goal in mind and to approach our studies with passion and dedication. We thank you for the opportunity to pursue a career in public service and for the resources available to us. May this online review session be fruitful and productive, bringing us one step closer to achieving our goals. All these we ask in your most holy name. Amen. All right. So, since nasa final coaching na po tayo, I hope if I may invite you, please get ready with the questionnaire. I think you were provided with a 60 item mock test. For tonight, we will cover the first part. Oh, but before that, okay. So we remember, no, since medyo marami-rami na rin yung gino through nyo, different lessons, different review sessions from verbal reasoning to gen ed to numerical reasoning. So, lahat ng mga efforts nyo, according to Robert Collier, are all consolidated so that success will be yours. So, okay lang kahit pagod, okay lang kahit minsan puyat, basta ready tayo pagdating ng big day itself. So, good luck everyone. If you were able to check out our mock test, it consists of 5 parts. And tonight, we will cover the identifying errors part. In the next two sessions, that's February 11 and February 18, we will cover the rest of the items. All right? So get ready. Madugong-dugong usapan ito kasi grammar. Hopefully, your hearts and your brain cells are ready. Get ready with your typing fingers. I'm expecting for an active participation from you tonight. Get ready? Let's begin with number 1. Welcome po sa mga kakapasok lang. It's okay to be late than to attend never. Okay? So number 1, the report is laying on the table this very minute. But if there is no error that you can sense from the sentence, please key in 5. Para mas makikeep track po natin your responses, I'd like to invite you to key in the item number together with the number of your choice. Once again, the report is laying on the table this very minute. What do you think? Is there an error in this sentence? How would you appraise it? But if there is no error, kindly key in 5. Oh, very good. So far, iba-iba yung answers. I wonder if you were able to answer the test question prior to attending this session. All right. So there's a 4 this very minute, and there are 2. So it's a battle between 2 is laying and this very minute. All right. Sige. So let's reveal. Uh let's go through each part, each option. Okay, sige. So between 4 and 2, pero meron din nag-answer ng 1. If you answered 1, I'd say, oh, may 3, on the table. Sige, let's see. If you answer the report, merong nag-answer ng 1 right, kanina. This part is correct po. Yung spelling ng report is of course very easy to spell. So correct siya. Tapos, we're talking only of one report since yung kasunod na salita is sinabi dyan is. So that's a singular verb that agrees with a singular subject report. Tapos, the use of the article the, meaning we're looking for a specific report. So among the many reports, which report is on the table? So the report, to specify, to mention its specificity. So number 1 is correct. Alin kaya dito? Let's see. Meron din mga nagsabing 3, pero kaunti lang. Konti lang sila. So let's begin with 3. If you answered 3, we say the preposition in, on, at are usually confused. So pag sinabi nating in, meaning nasa loob. Pag sinabi nating on, meaning sa ibabaw. And if we're talking about table, then you're putting something on it. So the use of the preposition on is correct. So the report is on the table, meaning nasa lamesa. Nasa mesa. I think both are correct, no? Sige. 5, if you answered 5, mali po, because this statement has an error. So the challenge is you have to look which part. Merong mga nagsabing 4. Based on my appraisal of this sentence, I'd say 4 is okay. Notice that the second portion, the second option says is laying, meaning it's an ing form of the verb. And what do we recall about verbs ending in an ing form? They are always in the progressive or continuous tense. For example, if you say is singing, meaning the action is happening this very moment. So that's present progressive tense. Was singing, meaning the action was ongoing at a certain time in the past. So that's past progressive form. Will be singing. So the action is foreseen to be continuous or progressively done at some time in the future. That's future perfect tense. Future progressive tense pala. So, when we say this very moment, it's synonymous with expressions like at this time, right now, this very day. So it's in the present and agreeable with the word is. I encircled it. And agreeable also with the ing form of the verb that is mentioned. So this time expression signals, this very moment signals that the action is happening at the moment of speaking. Can you explain, ma'am, why they use this? This. When you say this very minute, or you say this very day, this very hour. So it's an expression, meaning at the moment of. All right? I hope I did explain. Tapos, we're only talking about minute, singular. So, this minute. Hindi siya pwedeng these minute. 'Di ba? So, uh, ano ba? Agreement in the pronoun and the antecedent and the noun. So, this minute to introduce it. Both are in singular form. This is singular, minute is also singular. But if you put together the phrase that speaks of synonymous with right now, at this time, uh, all right. Sige ha. So I hope I made it clear. So number 4 is correct. The erroneous part here is number 2. The use of the number 2 option, the use of the word is correct. It's ano ba? It's in agreement with the subject. Wait. So the use of the word is in agreement with the word report. Pero yung concern natin dito is what does the word laying mean? Ako pag singular, pag ano siya, pag nasa present tense siya, 'di ba, you can use the word lay both in the present tense and in the past tense. So nag-iiba yung meaning nila. So let's take a look at this. For example, the present tense is lie, pero pag kinonvert mo siya into a simple into a simple past tense, ano na siya. Hi Sir JC, welcome po. So Sir JC is here passing by just to bid everyone good luck. Passer na kasi siya. Alright. So, lie is the base form of the verb, pero pag kinonvert mo siya into a past tense, it will become lay. So, if you use the word lay to denote meaning lying down, you put the report, 'di ba? The statement says the report is put on the table. So, if you say is laying, parang hindi sila match kasi you cannot say the lay is in the past form. Pero if you use the word lay in the present tense, uh, or in the present form, it would denote a different meaning. So meaning to put or place something in a flat or horizontal position. It also means a chicken laying egg, or the chicken lays its egg. For example, I lay my head on the table. So, hindi po inilagay. Yung report, hindi inilagay. Yung report, nakalagay na. So it's more of stating that it's already in a horizontal position, and you don't put it to be in a horizontal position. Nakalagay na siya, hindi inilagay. If we convert it into Filipino. So if uh if we have to correct it, I would say we have to use the present tense lie, and then convert it into its ing form, then it would become lying. So the report is lying on the table this very minute. Hindi din siya pwedeng maging lies. Some would opt for the word lies, meaning lie, base form, and then we add an S to agree with a singular subject report. We cannot use the simple present tense of the verb because it will not be matched with our time expression this very minute. Yung sabi is, pag sinabi nating this very minute, the now, then the tense to be followed is always the continuous tense. So, uh, ano ba? I am talking this very minute. Okay, I'm discussing item number one at this very time. Or right now, I am discussing item number one. So it's always with an ing form if you match this with the time expression indicated, right? So the correct answer here, if I appraise it, is two, not five. So there's an error in the sentence. All right, let's go to number two. I wasn't too sure that the pork and beans were cooked yet, so I tested my luck by taking a bite. How would you appraise this sentence? Do we have an error here? Can you spot any error in the parts underlined, or is this one is perfectly grammatically correct sentence? All right. So we have one answer so far. That's a two. Oh, so there's a three. The use of the word so. All right. Sige. We're cooked. So majority would say two. If you answered one, merong nag-answer ng one. Yeah. So if you answered one, that's correct. I wasn't. The number one is still wasn't. The use of the word I would signal that it requires uh, don't confuse the word weren't and wasn't to be paired with the word I. If it's a normal sentence that talks about a past action, we use was matching the I. Pero if it's a conditional, meaning it's in the subjunctive mood, for example, a wish or a suggestion, so you would say, if I were you, I will get married at a young age. So that's a suggestion. Or if I were rich, I will share my blessings to everyone. So that's a wish. So if it's in the conditional form or if it's in the subjunctive mood, then the I is partnered with a were. But if it's a natural sentence, just expressing that an action had happened or happened already, so we say, I was I was sleeping when you called. I was I was asleep when he came. All right? So was. Second, the use of the word was, which is in the past, is consistent in terms of verb tense with the other verbs, which include were, cooked, also in the past form, and tested, which is also in the past form. So it it is in verb ano ba? Its adherence to verb tense consistency is really visible. So one is correct. Skip ko muna si two kasi mas maraming nagsabing two yung answer dito. So I'd like to move on to option three kasi may nagsabi kaninang three. So if you answered three, tama din po yung pagkakasulat ng so. For example, in the first part of the sentence, it's mentioned there that I wasn't too sure that the pork and beans were cooked. So, what did the person do? He, I tested my luck by taking a bite. So, it presents a cause and effect relationship. The statements, the clauses present the cause and effect. So, the use of the word so to signal that the next part of the sentence presents the effect is correct. So the use of the word so here is correct. If you answered 5, meron pong error dito. Alright? Now, I already mentioned, some of you mentioned 4. So notice the use of the word for. Earlier I presented wasn't, were cooked, and tested are consistent in terms of adherence to verb tense. Nasa simple past form silang lahat. So number 4 is still correct. Majority answered 2, and indeed, this is the erroneous part. Why? If you find a verb, ano ba? Pag pag yung naka-underlined na part is a verb or a verb phrase, yung first rule is to look for the subject that it agrees with. So, dito, we have the verb were cooked. Ano yung verb niya? Correct. So, the verb is pork and beans. 'Di ba? Dapat kasi pork. Okay, yeah. So, yung pork and beans, singular siya. It talks about of only one dish. Even if you say pork is one noun and then beans plural, pero we're talking only about one dish. Pero if you say is dapat instead of were, mali po. Kasi yung is, it's a present tense verb. So it will not be consistent with the other verbs used in the sentence, which include wasn't and tested. So yung hinahanap natin is still in the past form, pero singular siya so that it agrees with the subject pork and beans, which is taken singular in number kasi it refers to only one dish. So if I were to correct this, it would be hindi po dapat is, kundi what's the singular form of were? Were is a plural form in the past. Correct. Very good. Yung compound noun is taken as a singular in number. Correct. So, dapat was, hindi po is. Okay? So, pork and beans is taken as a singular in number. So, dapat was. Marami pa ding na-confuse. So, kahit kahit alam niyo na ito yung mali na part, pero if you don't know how to correct it, baka baka ano ba, confusing pa rin from your end. So, dapat was. Okay? Remember? Past form. There are two things to look into in this type of sentence. Number one is maintaining verb tense consistency. So we have to maintain the past, the simple past tense. Second, subject and verb agreement. So singular subject requires verb in the singular form. So was cooked. All right? Please take note of it if you got it wrong. Let's go to number 3. In order to reassure yourself against any attacks during this safari visit, please do not try to pose with the lions. No error. No matter how tempting to pose with the lions, safety first. In order to reassure yourself against any attacks during this safari visit, please do not try to pose with the lions. What do you think is the answer here? All right. We're already at number three. Majority says one, but there's also a three. Okay. Sige. Let's check. If you answered two, walang nag-answer ng two, no? Everyone says one. Sige. If you answered two against, so you have to take a look at the word, the phrase, any attack. And the word that comes before it is the word self. So there is a threat in yourself with the phrase any attack. So what do you do? So you have to blank yourself against any attacks. So the use of the word against is correct. Number three, those who answered three, notice the phrase this safari visit, meaning it is happening. So the use of the preposition during is also correct. Oh, yeah, Ma'am Rocky, I remember you. Thank you so much po. Thank you for dropping by. The use of the preposition during to introduce the phrase this safari visit is also correct. So number three is correct. Number four is also correct. Some of you mentioned four. The use of the word try is consistent. Uh, Notice this safari visit, present tense. Tapos, so when you say please, the use of the word please, meaning to make a request, it's in the imperative form. So when you see please, like please get me water, please cook this food for me. So that's in the imperative form. That's an imperative sentence, meaning the verb is always in the present form, a simple present form. So notice the word try. It's in the simple form. Tapos, notice the highlighted word do. The use of the word do, the same with its counterpart verbs, does for singular and did for past form. Once you encounter them, you always attach a base form of the verb. For example, uh, she does sing very well. So does and sing, it's in the simple present form. I They do sing very well together. So do sing. Okay, do plus simple present form of the or base form of the verb. When we convert it into the past form, we would say did sing. She did sing very well in the last contest. So did plus sing, even if it's in the past tense. So the did there signals that the action had already happened. So do, does, did plus base form of the verb without an S, without a D, without an ED. Okay? Just the basic form of the verb. So do not try. Do try. All right? The part here, which many of you say is one, option one, is the erroneous part. All right? So to reassure. What do we mean when we say reassure? When you reassure yourself, do you protect yourself against attacks? When we use did po, base form of the verb, din po ba? Yes, tama. So did. Either do, does, or did, always attach it with, or always accompany it with the base form of the verb. Do sing, does sing, did sing. Okay? So let's differentiate assure, ensure, and insure. So the word reassure comes from the base form assure. So this is the root word. So when you say assure, meaning you tell someone that something will definitely happen. For example, uh, these tools are perfectly safe. David assured me. So David told me that the tools are perfectly safe. Pero pag sinabi mong ensure, meaning to make sure of something. For example, you make sure that you are safe when you are posing with the lions. So you ensure yourself against any attacks. Alright? This is what we're looking for. Insure naman, if you're getting an insurance policy, to get yourself insured. Alright? So we're looking for, instead of assuring, we're talking about insuring, meaning protecting yourself. So, in order to ensure or to protect yourself against any attacks, please do not try to pose with the lions. All right? I hope I did make this item clear. Let's go to number 4. The alumna dropped by the department to renew his membership card. What do you think about this sentence? Is this grammatically correct, or do we have to improve at least one part? We're now at number 4. So number 3, the erroneous part there is number 1. All right. So 4. 4 pa din. 2. Dropped by. Dropped. Okay. Now, even if there is no time expression used, so we can consider the use of the word of the ed, meaning the word dropped in the past form is considerable. Okay. So if you answered 2, dropped by, this one is a correct part. So we only have one verb here. That's the drop. But even if there's no time expression to signal that it's in the past, that this action happened in the past, it's already acceptable. But the partnership between drop and by, we call that a phrasal verb, meaning a verb is paired with a preposition by. So the verb drop is paired with a preposition by. If we take a look at the partnership, then it generates a certain correct meaning. So when you say to drop by, meaning you are making a short visit. So the alumna made a short visit at the department. So that's correct. All right. Number to renew, nobody answered number 3. So this one is also a correct form. This one is an infinitive, to renew. So if we ask, what's the purpose of the alumna for dropping by at the department? So it is to renew his membership card. So number 3 is also correct. Number 4, in this sentence, I would say that this sentence wasn't so safe in identifying that there is only one correct answer. Uh, I would say it can be corrected 2 ways. So I will accept if you answer 1, and I'm going to accept also if you answered 4. Allow me to explain. When we say alumna, let's differentiate alumna and his. We're talking about which one is correct, alumna or the use of his. But I'd say either one could be corrected pa. So let's take a look. If we say alumnus, that's a boy, referring to a male former student. Pero so alumnus, dapat his, right? So some of as Sir Michael here mentioned, dapat alumnus his. Ah, tapos pag alumna naman, since it refers to a female former student, then dapat her. So number 4 can also be incorrect. Alright? Yeah. So Robert answered 4. Pero pag alumni, meaning plural sila. Multiple male former students. So, plural male. Pero pag female, plural female, it becomes alumni. Alumnus? Okay, correct. Masculine, yung alumnus. So, dapat his. Let's see. Yeah. So, if we say alumna, female, 'di ba? Female. So if we are to say number 1 is correct, then number 4 we can correct it into her. So you say the alumna renewed her membership card. Pero pag tama yung his, meaning we would acknowledge that option 4 is correct, then we correct option 1. And it will become alumnus. Observing now pronoun antecedent agreement. His refers to a male, singular male. So, alumnus dapat. Pero, if correct yung alumna, then it would be his. It would be her kasi female yung tinutukoy natin. Okay? So, I'd say either 1 or 4 is correct. Alright? I hope I did make this one clear. Unless yung alumna is not underlined, then we have to correct number 4. Number 5. Generally, I really doubt whether I'll pass this class considering that this is the only day this semester that I've actually attended. Thank you, Ma'am Ariane. So, notice if in this statement, dapat very keen ka when you identify certain clues. In this case, the use of the word generally is the use of the word generally is a clue. The use of the word really doubt is another clue. And then considering that is another clue. Sige. What do you think is your answer to number 5? 1, whether, considering that is number 3. It should be if. Sige. I'll talk about whether, if, and then there's another word. Pag sinabi nating if, meaning you are not so sure, 'di ba? Without certainty. May mga alternatives, pag sinabi nating whether, not so sure, pero you are presenting at least 2 alternatives. So, meron bang 2 alternatives dito or isa lang? Yung isa lang yung choice na ibinigay. Pag sinabi nating if, hindi ka sure, pero, isang option lang din yung ibibigay. So, whether at least 2. Meron pang isang word na hinahanap. I'll pass? No. Don't say I'll pass. The contraction I with an apostrophe L, that means I will. If you separate the contraction, it will become I will. So you say, I'll study tomorrow. So that means I will study tomorrow. So you do not say I'll pass because the future tense, the use of the word, Anong tawag doon? Modals. Remember your modals? Will, can, may, shall, ought to, should. They are always paired with a base form of the verb. You say, I will pass. I shall dance. I may go. I can do. Right? When you when you see modals, the same with do, does, did, they are always paired with the base form of the verb. So I'll pass will become wrong. Uh, Not necessarily. So if you answered I'll pass, I really doubt I'll pass this class. Number two is actually correct. Uh, the prediction is, 'di ba, the person generally, I really doubt. Pag sinabi niyang I really doubt, that also means sure ako. So, if you're going to translate this sentence into Tagalog, we would say, sure ako na hindi ako papasa. I really doubt whether I'll pass. So, sure ako na hindi ako papasa sa class na ito kasi ito lang yung araw na nakapag-attend ako sa klase. That's how we would translate this in Filipino. So, hindi ako papasa. Futuristic. So, I'll pass is correct here. Number three, considering that. So, number three, rationalizing. Bakit doubtful siya na makapasa? 'Di ba? I really doubt whether I'll pass. Meaning, uh, he would question if he gets to pass the course. So, bakit? Bakit? Sure siya na hindi siya papasa. Uh, Considering that explains or introduces the reason. So, yung reason niya, this class. So, considering that can also be replaced with because or due to, parang synonymous sila ng function. So, number three is also correct. Number four is also correct. This is the only day this semester. This is our clue. Notice the phrase. I've actually attended. The word I've is a contraction of I have. So, have actually attended. Pag sinabi mong have, that's present. Tapos, if you think about verbs like has, have, and had, and then it is followed by a verb in the past participle form like attended, sung, driven, ano pa, fixed. So, it is considered a perfect tense verb. Do I have an explanation here? Allow me to check. Okay, ito. So, if you say has or have plus past participle form of the verb, it follows the present perfect tense. So, pag yung tense yung pinag-uusapan, gusto ko yung naka-program yung mind ko like a mathematician. So, allow me to use the x and y axis to explain the concept of the present perfect tense. So, yung present perfect tense is actually denoting a past action. Tapos na. So, if you qualify it under tenses, present perfect tense would be qualified under a past form verb. Notice the past at the bottom, I've labeled it. So if you have the x and y axis, the left side would denote that this is the past time. The one at the intersection where our x, the second x falls, is the present time. And then the right side where the x falls with an arrow the edge of the arrow is the future tense. So, pag na-encounter nyo yung has or have, that denotes present. Pero the past participle form attached to it denotes that it is in the perfect tense. So, yung rule is ng present perfect tense, like I have actually attended, have attended, sinasabi niya na when you want to describe an action that happened in the past, notice the first X, an action that happened in the past but continued until the present. So, yung gagamitin natin is present perfect tense. Pag singular na subject, gagamitin mo yung has. Pag plural yung subject or the subject is an I or a you, gagamitin natin yung have. So, for example, I have traveled to Manila several times. So, from the past until now, repeatedly have traveled since I was young. So the first X is when he was 9 years old, continued until now. I have played basketball from the past until now. Next, I have lived in Cebu for 5 years. So 5 years ago until today, I have lived in Cebu. All right. So if we take a look at here in our sentence, from the past until this very day, this semester, I have actually attended only one session. So the use of I've actually attended is correct. Yung hinahanap nating sagot is number 1. Hindi din po if yung sagot. Notice, you notice the word generally. Tapos sinabi niyang, I really doubt. Although you see there the word doubt, pero the doubt is paired with a positive. I'll pass. So, doubtful siya na makapasa siya. If we translate it into a positive form, sure siya na hindi siya makakapasa. So, yung gagamitin natin dapat is that. Pag sinabi mong whether, two alternative. Pag sinabi mong if, also presents an option. So, I am not sure whether this option is correct. I am not sure if my decision is correct. So, pareho sila. Either whether if or whether, mali pa din. Yung hinahanap natin is that. If you are sure, if you are presenting a certainty, or you are sure or certain about one of the options you have presented. So dito, we say sure na sure yung nagsasalitang tao na hindi siya makakapasa kasi iisang beses lang siyang pumasok this semester. Alright? So the best answer here is that. I hope I did make this item clear. Let's go to number 6. Either Lisa or Karen will always volunteer their valuable time to serve on our board. Do we have an error in this sentence, or this is already grammatically correct? Waiting for your answer. Either Lisa or Karen will always volunteer their valuable time to serve on our board. Sino ba yung nabudol dito? Will always volunteer. Your answer is 2. Will always volunteer. Notice the next part, to serve. Pag sinabi natin will always volunteer, meaning in the future, If presented with a situation, then they would opt to choose this. So futuristic will always volunteer. Yeah. So three. Okay, let's check. So when we say, when you use the use of the we call it correlative conjunction. Either or, neither nor, uh, not only but also, we call those as correlative conjunction. So when you use the correlative conjunction either or, then you present one option and then second option. So the first option is Lisa, the second option is Karen. That's correct. If you say will always volunteer, that's in agreement with number four. Will always volunteer is a futuristic action, meaning if you they are so either one of them, if presented with an opportunity, they will always volunteer. Future will volunteer. And inconsistent with the word to serve. Meaning, hindi pa nakapag-serve, hindi din nagsiserve ngayon, pero in the future, they are willing to serve. Will volunteer to serve. Okay? Futuristic. Four is also correct. Yung tamang sagot dito is number three. Bakit? Notice that our subject is Lisa or Karen. And according to the subject-verb agreement rule, pag nakita mo yung correlative conjunction na neither nor or either or, uh, always check the noun that is nearest to the verb. Notice, neither the hostess, singular, nor the waiters, plural, seem. Because seem is nearest to the word waiters, which is plural. But if we're going to rewrite the sentence, neither the waiters, first mention is singular, nor the hostess, singular, seems. So seems is in agreement with the noun hostess, which is nearest to it. So neither nor, either or, always make the verb agree with the subject or the noun that is closest to it. All right? So here we say, also this one. Tapos pag pronoun antecedent agreement naman yung pinag-uusapan natin, that involves the correlative conjunction either or, ganun pa din. Look for the noun or the subject that is closest to the pronoun. So either Ralph or Carlos. So Carlos is singular, hindi sila pinagsama, so we say his instead. Pero pag sinabi mo, either Ralph or Mary will display her baseball collection. So, si Mary yung pinakamalapit sa pronoun na her. Or if we say otherwise, either Mary or Ralph will display his baseball collection. This time, Ralph is the closest in or closest to the pronoun his. Okay? So here, we can replace this with her. Only Karen is being talked about, not included Lisa. So Karen will always volunteer her valuable time to serve on our board. All right? I hope I did make this item clear. Number 7 tayo. I try to eat vegetables every day so that I will grow big and tall like Max Palmer. Do we have an error in this sentence? Or this sentence is grammatically correct? I try to eat vegetables every day. So notice, try to eat, tapos every day, yung time expression niya. So that I will grow big and tall like Max Palmer. We're already at number 7. What do you think is your answer here? Pag sinabi nating one, hopefully nobody answered one, no? This one is correct. So the use of the word everyday signals that it is in the present time. So the word try is a present tense verb. It matches the time expression. I try to eat vegetables every day. That's correct. Sige. Number 3 muna tayo kasi may nagsabing 3. I will grow. Will grow. Why do you try to eat vegetables? So yung ginagawa mo in the present will have an effect in the future. So futuristic yung pagkakasabi ng so that I will grow. Hindi so that I grow. So kumakain ka pala ngayon ng vegetables, looking forward that in the future you will see the effect. So do I try to eat vegetables at present so that I will grow big and tall in the future. So, correct sila. Hindi sila dapat maging consistent kasi yung pine-present dito is effect of the present action. And the effect will be seen in the future pa. Very good. Ano ba? Si Sir Sean? Sir Sean, very good. Ito yung hinahanap nating sagot. Number 4, so the person wants to grow big and tall like whom? So the preposition like here to introduce Max Palmer is also correct. The answer that we're looking for is number 2. Yeah, mapaputol na po yung free in a while. Yung free session in a while. So, sana naman nakapag-enroll kayo. So, every day, there is a difference between every day, which is spelled as one word, and every day, which is spelled in two words. Yung everyday na one word is an adjective, but everyday na two words is actually a time expression. It's an adverb of time. So, yung hinahanap natin dito is a time expression. Adverb. I try to eat vegetables every space day. Alright? Pag sinasabi nating everyday, which is in the an adjective form, so you say everyday shoes, everyday attire, everyday food. So everyday describes a noun like attire, clothes, shoes, and food. All right? Hopefully this one is clear to you. We're moving to number 8. The student felt rather repressed by the professor who required them to eat at least 5 books a month with 70-page reports on each. No error. Hindi ko alam kung ipapagawa sa akin to, I don't know how I would react. What do you think is the answer? The students felt rather repressed by the professor who required them to read at least 5 books a month with 70-page reports on each. So let's take a look first at item number option 1, felt. When you say felt, could grow. Could is past. Could is past.